Make sure you go and check this video out. This was the first video I did on Kevin Garnett and his divorce. Make sure you go and check it out. What's going on, everybody? Jada Black here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Kevin Garnett. Now, I made a video, and you'll probably see like a promo clip of it at the beginning of this video. I spoke about Kevin Garnett and his divorce. If you haven't seen it, you can go check that video out. The video has over 1 million views. A lot of people are interested in seeing it. And I discussed them breaking up and, his $300 million fortune that he had amassed during his playing career, and how he was going to have to maybe giving his wife some bags. Well, according to the blast, Kevin Garnett has no intention of giving his wife any more, or ex-wife, any more money than what was promised in the prenup. Okay, now according to the blast, Kevin Garnett made over $300 million in his NBA career, but does not want to have to pay his wife spousal support in their divorce. As the blast first reported, KG's wife, Brandy Padilla, filed for divorce last July. In her filing, she asked for physical custody of the couple's 2 children and for the court to award her spousal support. And I did a video on that. Y'all can check it out. But have y'all noticed that these women, as soon as they break up with these dudes, now mind you, Kevin Garnett is retired, so he has a lot more time on his hands to be a father, to be an active father in his children's life. These women will divorce these guys, just like Kenny Smith and his wife. And then they will immediately want sole custody of the children. You know why? Because the children are keys to the money. Because trust me, if these women, if there was no way in the world they would get child support, they wouldn't even want custody of their children. But because they know that their kids are keys to a fortune, to a father's legacy, they're going to want full custody. And what's interesting is that they will get full custody and will hire a nanny. Now, mind you, they're hiring a nanny when they don't have a job. KG filed his response on Monday where he is asking for joint legal and physical custody of the children, which is good because, again, he has more time on his hands. He is also asking the court to terminate spousal support for Brandy, citing a prenup the couple signed a month before the marriage. Now, I want you to understand that a lot of times the prenups don't really work. There are times where prenups are enforced, but that's usually when the wife wants that prenup to be enforced because maybe there was some stipulation. She stays married to him for a certain amount of time. She'll get a certain amount of money. That's when she wants a prenup to be enforced. But if a woman feels like she's divorcing a guy and she's not going to get as much as she wants, that's when she's going to want the prenup thrown out. Okay. Now, I don't know who KG is hiring as representation, but hopefully they understand this and they're able to get it enforced. They're able to basically get it to where she signed this agreement. She has to honor it. Okay? Because there could be a good chance that she doesn't get sole custody because, again, he's retired. Maybe she should have divorced him when he was still playing. Because he's retired now. He has more time on his hands. Maybe that's what it was. She basically filed for divorce a year after he had retired, basically. It's almost like she waited a year too late, or 2 years too late, because she would have more grounds to get full custody. But because, again, he's retired, there is a good chance that he can at least get 50-50 custody. And the thing is this. If you are a woman who's filing for divorce, you're going to be single again. You're going to want to have an active social life. Why would you want sole custody of your children? That makes no sense. You know damn well you're going to hire a nanny, or your mother's going to be babysitting your kids. You're going to want to be, because when I look on Instagram, I look at some of these women who file for divorce. These women are taking all these trips, going on all these vacation spots. They're out with their girlfriends. They're out at clubs. They are not with their kids. They barely have any photos with their kids. The only time they post photos of their kids Only time they post photos is probably around the time it's time to get their child support check. They'll post photos when it's time to get that child support check. But other than that, they posting photos of themselves. You know, they're putting themselves back on the market, saying, hey, they're available. The couple did agree on the date of separation. They both listed to be decided and the reason for the split irreconcilable differences. Padilla was a longtime girlfriend of Garnett, and the two tied the knot in July of 2004 during a private ceremony in California. KG skipped competing in the Olympic Games to be at this wedding. You know, when you are dealing with being a guy who has plenty of resources, Kevin Garnett has plenty of resources, money. Once the woman break up with you, she's going to try to milk you for all you worth because she realizes that you're not going to be making that same amount of money again. Now, maybe he makes the right investments. Maybe the TV gig works out to where he's making millions of dollars like he was when he was a player. But those women know that once you're retired, you're not going to be getting those huge checks. And because they don't really love you like that, they're looking for a way out. Why does it seem like as soon as these guys retire, these women are looking for a way out? A lot of divorces happen once these guys retire because a lot of times these women are in it for the money. They in it for the fame. You're famous. They want to be the wife of an NBA player or an NFL player or a Major League Baseball player. They want that prestige socially. So they will put up with you while you're on the road half of the year at the playoffs, probably a couple more months. And she's at home basically living single while being married. She's able to do all the things a single woman does, but she has a wedding ring on. She has your resources, your bank account, the expensive cars that you buy her, you know, the shopping sprees she goes on. You're funding her lifestyle. She's having your children, that's true. But look at Scottie Pippen's wife. He gave this woman everything she wanted, and as soon as the kids got older, in her mind, she felt like she needed to put herself out there. She literally left Scottie to go and get with Future and flaunted it on social media. And this is a woman with teenage children. I think her and Scottie has a son who's about to go to college. She didn't care because she felt like she had a life to live too. And that's why you see these women divorce these guys, because they feel like they're approaching 40, they're approaching the wall. They want to live that life as long as they still had the body and they still had the looks. And they see, well, you know, you're retired, you're at home more. I don't really like you like that. I don't want to really be around you like that. It's like what Michael Vick said, you know, he had a reality show, Ballers Wives. I don't know if VH1 still airs that show. I did see some of the first season. And he mentioned how his wife couldn't wait for him to find a job outside of being an NFL player because she didn't really want him around the house like that. You know, these women are able to deal with these guys for a couple months out of the year or whenever they're home because they know these guys are going to be busy, you know, making plenty of money on the road, you know, while they're doing what they're doing, you know. And I understand that situations change. I understand that people fall out of love with each other. It happens. And in certain situations, when you look at Kevin Garnett, you know, what it seemed to me is that as soon as he retired, you know, he started doing some TV stuff. But I think she realized, why am I with this guy? Why am I with this guy? And I also want to say this, though. That is the life you choose as a athlete. You marry women who are only with you for what you have. When you don't have that anymore, they're gonna leave you. They're gonna leave you. But you chose them. You chose them. Now, one of the questions I get is why I'm against marriage. Why don't I want to get married? Because for the most part, whether you're an athlete or not, women are going to file for divorce most of the time. They just are. Women are allowed to walk away from marriages and relationships, but men aren't. If a man files for divorce, he must be messing around. He's cheating. He used her. She wasted years on him. The women divorce a guy. She wants to live her life. She dealt with so much. She was so loyal. Well, how do you know she was loyal? But I don't understand why women will really ask me why don't I want to get married, especially in 2019 when you still have women filing the majority of the divorces. They like all the benefits of what comes with marriage, but as soon as they're ready to leave, they're ready to leave. And they're usually leaving with half of what you've worked for, or at least a big percentage of it. You see? Now, if you're a guy who's a business owner, self-employed, you're making a good living for yourself, you get married to a woman, and let's say she quits her job, or she's working at a place that doesn't make as much money as you. If she divorces you, she's going to get a good amount of what you have. Any property that was bought, it's going to be hers, whether y'all bought a house or a car. Even though it's with your money, it's in your name, it still may be turned over to her because she's the mother of the children. Whoever has the king has the kingdom. And that's what it is like with the majority of women who divorce men, and they go straight for primary custody. Because you do have women who file for primary custody and they're not good mothers. They're not. That's why they spend so much money hiring nannies. If you were a good mother, you wouldn't need no nanny. You need a nanny because you don't want to do the heavy lifting of raising your children, and then you wonder why your children don't respect you. Why they won't listen to you, because you're not raising them. Somebody else is. And that's what happens in a lot of these situations with these women. These women will divorce these men, seek primary custody, and then hire nannies because they don't want to do the heavy lifting of raising children. They just want to get on Instagram and post photos of themselves all day, post a couple photos of their kids, make it seem like they give a damn when they don't. They just give a damn about the lifestyle. And I think KG is finding out the hard way. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts.